Do you have pesky wires in your photographs? Telegraph wires, power lines? Well, in this video I'm going to show you how to use the Remove Distractions tool within Photoshop to get rid of them. So welcome to another weekly edit. This week we're going to look at the Remove Distractions tool within Photoshop, so let's get into the edit. So I've got this shot here that I took at a motocross a couple of months ago now, and they're not hugely obvious, but they are there. You can see we've got these, if I zoom in, these power lines running across the back. Quite a key kind of, that this is where the focal point is, so they are a little bit of a distraction. So what we're going to do first is just edit the image as normal. So I'm going to apply my lens corrections. Then I'm going to apply a crop, because as an image we've got kind of a lot of sky that's not adding anything to it. We've got this rider going off into the bottom left hand corner, really not adding to the image, so I'm going to take it in. I don't want to crop. See down the bottom here we've got this white post. I want to kind of cut that in half, so I have to make a decision, either keep that in or take it out. Now I think better to take it out, to be honest, because then we've just got too much kind of mud and dirt. So I'm going to take it up like that. Still maybe have too much sky, so I'm going to change my crop to say something like have a look at a 16:10. Let's go even further. Let's do like a 16:9. I don't mind this post on this side and a little bit of room, because they're kind of travelling in that direction. It gives them a little bit of room to move into. Being careful not to kind of crop into the trees like this. So yeah, something like that, and that improves the image straight away. So let's go into our general, our basic sliders here. Exposure is pretty good. If we look at the histogram, it's kind of nothing dangerously clipping. Get a bit of shadow detail out. Kind of shot, we've got all this kind of dirt, mud flying around, dust. I think it'd benefit from a little bit of texture, probably clarity, and yeah, very quickly it's coming along quite nicely. Let's see what we can get out of the sky. So let's go into our masking tools, do sky selection. Done an amazing job of that straight away, and let's just pull that down a little bit. Yeah, there's a little bit of kind of detail to get out of that sky, maybe a tiny bit of dehaze and clarity. Yeah, I'm not going to push it too far, something like that. So let's just see where we were. That's where we started, that's where we are now, so not drastic. So now, yeah, I'm going to attempt to get rid of these wires. Now obviously I could just do it with a remove tool, but it'll be quite time consuming brushing along. There's what, 5 wires in total. They go behind this rider, they go into the trees, so it's doable, but it'll take a little bit of time. Frustratingly, this is where we've got a bit of a feature disparity between the different Adobe products, Photoshop and Lightroom Classic. Whilst we've got distraction removal within Lightroom Classic, the wires option's not there, which is kind of frustrating. So we can't do it within Lightroom Classic, which is a little bit annoying. So if I press Command E, that will take me into Edit into Photoshop, or if you don't use the shortcut, if you right click on the image, Edit in, and I'm going to take it into a Photoshop. Let's brought the image in, and what I'm going to do, so I can show you kind of before and after, I'm going to duplicate this layer, so Command J. So with my top layer selected, what I'm going to do now is, I'm already in it, but it's this tool here, the remove tool. A shortcut for that is just the letter J. So let's just go to the move tool a minute. If I just press J, that gives me the remove tool. So you can see up the top here we've got a few options. Now by default it just comes up with a brush, and you can just use it, as a brush and just brush over elements like that, and it does a pretty amazing job. I'm going to undo that, Command Z to undo. But you can see here we've got find distractions, and this is what I was saying about it being different to Lightroom Classic. We've got different options. but we've specifically got a wires and cables option. Before I press on that, there's just this option here worth mentioning. So there's 3 options when it comes to the generative AI. Now we know Adobe are heavily pushing the AI features. Just something to consider, you know, if you are looking to enter images into competitions, etc. Generally speaking, generative AI is a no-no. So there's option 2. If you select auto, then you're leaving it to Adobe to make that decision for you. I'm guessing they look at how complex it is. Could it easily be done without using AI? If not, then it uses AI. You can force it to use generative AI, but in my instance, I want generative AI off. That may mean that I don't get as good a result, potentially, but we'll see. So we'll go into Find Distractions and let's click on Remove Wires and Cables. It's going to take a little bit of time, and it's done. Pretty impressive. Very quick. You know, if I toggle between before and after, the only thing to consider is has done some funky business on his arm a little bit here. If I turn it off, you just watch, rather than sort of recognising that the wire's going behind the rider, it's kind of done a little bit of damage to the rider itself. Yeah, you can see Goswell, it took some of the wording out and it's left a chunk in his arm. Now, what we could do is just easily then mask those areas. So let's give it a try. So if I'm going to turn this layer off a minute, and then on the bottom layer, the original layer, I'm going to do a subject selection. So yeah, let's do an object selection. Let's just try and select this rider a minute. See how good a job it does. Yeah, pretty impressive. Now, turn this layer back on, go back onto this layer, and now I'm going to do a layer mask. And I'm going to invert it. So now you can see on my layer mask, it's just that selection I made of the rider. And now, if we zoom in, we're not chunking his arm off. We've got the lettering back, but we've got rid of the wires. So we're basically just said, where you've made a mess of, you know, going through the rider, I don't want you to do that. Let's mask it back out. You can see it's taken a bit of the flagpole off, but I don't think that particularly matters. It gets rid of some of the dirt because it can't distinguish between a line and the dirt. That's absolutely fine. As it goes through the trees, actually, it's done a really good job. If we zoom in, I mean, yeah, unless you knew they were there originally, and I don't think you'd have a clue. So generally speaking, really good. You do just have to watch what it's doing. Again, as I say, if generative AI was on, maybe it would be a better result, but I don't want to use generative AI. Now if I just save the image, so Command S to save, and then close it, quick Photoshop, it'll bring that image into Lightroom Classic. So if I go back into Library, you can see I've got it's got given me a new file. It's a PSD file. I've still got my original, so it's non-destructive process, but I've got this PSD file, so that's my original. This is my PSD file. We can see we've got rid of those wires, and I can carry on kind of editing it if I wanted to do more with the image. So as I say, something you could do with just using traditional healing brush, cloning tools, but that would just take time. Why not use the tools that are there to make it quicker and easier? So as usual, I'll put before and after up. Let me know what you think, and until next time, look after yourselves and goodbye.